everyone, and welcome to Fistful of Feminism. My name is Monica, and I'm back here with the one and only
KATHY TRITHARDT.
Yeah! We're back. We just filmed another video about Con Man, a terrible web series created by Alan Tiddick over on Kathy's channel. So you should go and watch that, because it's awesome. Today, we're doing something a little bit different than we might see on this channel. It might have to do with feminism. It might not.
It's a little bit improv.
So a while back, Kathy did Judge a Book by Its Cover challenge, which I thought was so hilarious. And Kathy made up all these amazing stories to what a book could be like based on its cover. And I was so inspired. I'm like, we should do that, but with things that we already know. And just create a new story based on simply the title and the cover of whatever it is. So I've grabbed books, I've grabbed games, I've grabbed DVDs, and we're just going to recreate some stories. So yes, if you know the story of whatever these are, just know we know too.
In some cases. Some of these I haven't read or seen yet, so I'm just gonna make random things
there
up.
you go.
Yeah.
Since some of them, or most of them, I've read at least a little bit of it, I know what it's about, but we're just gonna use our improv brains to create for you all. So yeah, what should we call this challenge?
I don't know.
Let's call it Judge a Book by Its Cover Extreme.
Perfect.
Extreme. Alright, so without further ado, let's start the Judge a Book by Its Cover challenge Extreme. Okay, what are we starting with? Casper. This is the ghost is above Casper right here, so you can see there's a family and a haunted house and 3 other ghosts. So my guess is that Casper was killed at sea for reasons unknown. But he was killed at sea as, it looks pretty young. These 2 people here are trying to be the, like, what are those called? The lighthouse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these people are the lighthouse. So this poor ghost is stuck at sea. His soul is stuck at sea. And all he wants is to get to these people on land who are giving him this flashlight lighthouse. Because they have heard tell of the legend of Casper. The legend that says, the one that saves the baby from the deep waters of the ocean shall be brought with many fortunes in your life. It's a fun family flick for everyone. And that's Casper.
Mic drop. Casper drop. Ice Age. Also a fun family flick. So Ice Age centers around this saber-toothed tiger that we have here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to name him Carl. And Carl has decided to go on an adventure with his friends. Where they live, everybody kind of lives very, very separately, so they've decided to do independent road trips, if you will, but by foot, so they can meet up at one central place, being this fjord of ice that you see in the background. The fjord of ice. And it's kind of one of those, like, we were all really, really tight in high school, and now we've got to come back together and, like, have a summer trip together because we miss each other, man, and college is just hard. So yeah, that's exactly what that's about. A road trip. John Green, Paper Towns. Deep in the middle of a small, remote place on Earth, there is one town made of entirely paper. This town is a peaceful town with all the paper people and all the paper buildings, but they will soon be ravaged by the fire. The fire that will end their being. The fire that has been traveling from the west for years, but they never thought with their water moat that a fire could ever reach the heart. This pin, the heart of the town. This story centers around Rebecca, the most smart, intelligent,
fighter, beautiful paper woman who is the only one who can stop the fire. But will she get burned?
Paper Towns. Pulp Fiction.
Quite possibly the sequel to Paper Towns. I'm kidding. Pulp Paper.
Yeah, no, this is the sequel to Paper Towns. Might have been made before Paper Towns, but it's definitely the sequel.
Or prequel, yeah.
Yeah, Paper Towns is the prequel to this one. So after the ravaged fire, Rebecca here has
Rebecca!
Yeah, Rebecca has gotten out of town alive, which is great, which is perfect. Otherwise, it's really hard to have a sequel with the same characters. Occasionally they do that though, with like Grease 2, they just brought in random different characters. No, I didn't watch enough of it. Well, no, I watched enough of it, let's put it that way. So Rebecca has gotten out. She hasn't learned her lesson to not play with fire, which is why she's smoking. She just kind of has this little bit of damaged soul, so this is how she remembers her life back in her previous town filled with paper, with a moat around it. And in Pulp Fiction, it's a more broody version of what had already happened in her town. So she's trying to move on and find out what she can be besides a paper person, because there are no more paper people, because
They're extinct.
They're extinct. She is the last of her species. And
She's quite literally playing with fire right here.
She is.
Wow, Rebecca. We applaud you, Rebecca.
Your bravery.
The Lord of the Rings. In a world where everyone desires to get married, there is one ringmaker to rule them all. Jeremy. Jeremy makes the most fine-crafted rings in all of the land. It's a made-up land, you see. No, not ones that you may have heard in something similar to this story before, but mystical lands filled with diverse people. I'm telling you, the POC representation in this book, well, it's great. Great. Jeremy makes rings from any metal that you bring him. He will make a ring for your loved one. And in this land, all people can marry, whether they are of the same gender, different genders, no genders at all. It's a beautiful, beautiful place where love means everything. But there is one person trying to take all of the rings so that no one can have any love anymore. Donald Trump. The end. The end.
Such a cliffhanger. Like,
I know. What, you have to read the book.
Yeah,
It was
because we won't spoilers.
Yeah. You know, it was really hard to hold that book and say, it has great POC representation.
Yeah, I know. It was like The Time Traveler's Wife. Ooh. Going on the same trend of naming everything the wife, mother, sister, girlfriend, ex-lover of a man. I've only seen that diverted one time, and it was the politician's husband.
Oh.
Which I had mixed feelings on that show. So, The Time Traveler's Wife is about a wife whose husband invents a time machine and then gets lost, and the time traveler's wife has to go find him. So she uses his old blueprints, makes some very, very good changes to them, sees all the flaws that he put in there, and then goes and rescues him, paper bag, princess style. And
a romance through the ages.
Yep.
Literally through the ages.
And then everyone comes to know her as the time traveler and him as the husband of the time traveler.
Yeah. I read that story.
Yeah.
True. In this book, there's not one person who can tell a lie. Everyone must say what is true. But the complicated thing is, what is the truth? Whose truth matters the most? Whose truth gets to be told and whose truth gets left behind in the dust? analytical look into what some people are saying in this time as PC culture. We see where freedom of speech in the argument of the people who have always had their voice listened to and their truth listened to, what that means for the rest of the people, for this one hand to come and unearth some new truths for everyone. And you know, some nice jewelry too.
Gotta have that bling.
Gotta have that bling. Gotta have that.
Con man.
Ooh.
In this iteration of this this series, Con Man, as it's called, because Convention Man doesn't sound as cool, we have a hero who everyone enjoys seeing, and who is never an asshole.
Never.
To anyone. Knows how to use his English language skills to not disenfranchise everyone. Is that even the word I want? Probably. We'll go with it. It sounds good. And we get to see the immersive world of a genre, of a sci-fi genre that was taken away from us before its time. And we get to fall in love with that sci-fi world just as much as we've fallen in love with previous sci-fi worlds that may or may not have allowed us to enjoy this genre so much. At least, that's what we wished it was.
That's what we wished. And finally, the last book in this iteration of Judge a Book by Its Cover Challenge Extreme is Sorry I Pooped in Your Shoe, which we will be telling the plot of together. And Sorry I Pooped in Your Shoe follows this dog named
Scrumptious.
Scrumptious.
People name their dogs weird things, man.
They do, but this is a very normal dog name.
Yep.
And
Scrumptious was adopted from a local pound and went to a very loving family's home. But the family seemed a little bit strange. Scrumptious had seemed to remember families interacting a little bit differently, kind of in its forebrain, and couldn't quite put its paw on what is different about this family.
what Scrumptious comes to realize is that he's living in a house full of aliens! And very clean aliens at that. Nothing is out of place, everything is clean. And this is a life that Scrumptious did not know. The pound is not a clean place, let alone an alien place.
So once Scrumptious realizes this character trait that these aliens seem to have with the very cleanliness, Scrumptious figures that the only thing they can do to, of course they're they because we've decided this is a gender neutral animal, because that would be a great protagonist, I know that.
Yeah.
They are going to disrupt this social order by pooping in someone's shoe.
Scrumptious realizes that this is a risky endeavor. Scrumptious's poo could be the only thing that could bridge the gap between humans and aliens. Help them understand what it means to be a pug.
Yep.
That's a very weird post. This book is literally exactly what you think it is, just dogs pooping. So that was us getting creative. We filmed like a much more coherent and intelligent video on Kathy's channel about Con Man,
Yeah.
which you saw in here.
Mm.
And then that left my brain like, you know, done.
Yeah, it was tiring to watch
It was
that.
really tiring to watch that whole thing. So we decided,
To do something
why
silly.
not? A lot of those I would actually watch or read or whatever.
Yeah.
I was really excited about them, especially the Paper Towns Pulp Fiction
Yes.
sequel, prequel.
Oh man,
situation.
yes.
Rebecca is a badass.
Yeah.
By the time that this is up, Kathy will be on her way to VidCon!
Yay!
That's so exciting!
Yeah.
I am not attending as, money. But I think that Kathy's gonna have an amazing time, and Kathy, do you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing at VidCon?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a whole month-long trip to and from VidCon, and when I originally thought this up, I thought it would involve a lot more of like meeting up with people on the way than it actually worked out to be, but I'm still meeting up with a few people on the way that I've met through YouTube. So just taking time to go to a few different cities, meet up with the people that I know there, hopefully film some collaboration videos, and then while I'm in Anaheim for VidCon, I am volunteering, which I did last year, and then going to as many creator panels as possible, and then the ones that I can't get to, I've actually found an army of nerds to write notes for all the panels they go to, and we're going to note share, and I'm really excited about it.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so if you happen to be going to VidCon and you're also going to be writing notes, please let me know, and I will add you to the Google Docs so everybody can share everybody's notes and we can know all the things.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm very excited that I get to read some of these, because
Yes.
I, of course, will not be there. Thank you, Kathy, for coming on this channel again. Kathy and I are just gonna make all the videos.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you like, you can subscribe and go there and da. I will see you all not next Friday, but the Friday after that. I'm gonna go nap now.
Bye.
I'm already half napping. Okay, bye!